Playoffs, week 2. Come on now. We got some semifinals to discuss, Terry. I can't believe it's already that time of year.
Yeah, we're only going to discuss semifinals. We're going to skip the quarterfinals.
Completely. Completely. Never happened.
Man, was it cold. I hope it's going to be a little warmer, maybe see some sun this Saturday. All games are at GSP Park for the semifinals and the finals. We also have the Laval finals to discuss coming up this upcoming Sunday. Brassard champions were crowned. Congratulations to Spartans and Kraken. That's all we're going to say about Brassard.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you guys. Um,
Yeah, let's go.
and let's get right into it.
Okay. Okay, so we're officially at GSP the next 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm less upset than I thought it would be because it's a nice park.
we got like the contract is official. Um, like we knew we had it as of last Saturday,
Yeah.
but the city of Montreal only sent it to us like officially early this week. Luckily, the soccer guys that were there from like 6 a.m. on Saturday in like minus 10 degrees were super chill, super understanding. They said no problem. They just asked like when are you guys gonna come the next 2 weeks as we get up really early. We told them at 9 you gotta be off the field. They said no problem. So um, there's some good soccer players out there that are nice and collaborative. So we appreciate that.
Respect.
It's always easier and you have more credibility when you have the actual contract in your back pocket. These guys didn't ask for it, but I remember when we had the Darcy McGee, when we first started playing at Darcy McGee, those guys asked for it and they asked for it often because they couldn't believe it. Uh,
But they were
yeah,
asking more questions than you.
yeah, all that to say that we're at Georges St. Pierre Park and NDG, the second home of the MFL, where MFL Underground was played. Um, and we now have like some ins with the city to make MFLU more officialized. It could be like MFL OU or UO. Um, since I'm already on Div 1 page, we start with Div 1.
Yeah, let's go. Div Uno.
So,
Yeah, we did some predictions, right? Anyway, crazy KOB crushed it. It's funny. The only play I saw from this game was a bomb from PO to Boucher, and it was kind of downhill from there for all stuff. So good win for KOB.
yeah, huge one for KLB. Uh, Good team, but like when they're at full roster, it's even a better team, right? Like you even told me, like this KLB roster is like one that we did not see all season long. Like I think they had all 10 guys there, or at least
Mhm.
nine, and I don't think they played a single game this season with like more than probably seven or eight, right? It is interesting though because I feel since the beginning of the season we've been talking about Outlaws, we've been talking about Idaho, we've been talking about Arnolds. We've probably been talking about the unit as a contender more than we've mentioned KLB as a contender for the championship in D1 this season, right?
100%.
And like look, it's a rematch of last year's semifinal where KLB and Outlaws was pretty one-sided. And I
Mhm.
feel every season we would say the same thing, but I truly feel this year's different. Not saying KLB's gonna win the game, but I really, really feel that they're gonna give Outlaws a run for their money in this one.
Honestly, like if we're doing point spread, I say like Outlaws are favored by 5.5. And I would not be surprised if at any point in this game you never see a two possession lead. This KLB team is different, Terry. Like you said, right? They add their two studs, Valier and Jeremy, who they're missing all season due to injury. So it's great to have them back. But this is it's like different KLB team, and not only that, Terry, they just came off a game where they scored 52 points. Outlaws had the bye, so they didn't play for a while. Something to be said about coming in with momentum, and right now KLB has it.
Yeah. Um, KLB did hand the Outlaws one of their two only L's on the season,
Mm.
and Outlaws were missing Smuda and Mason in that one. So I wouldn't say they were at full strength. They're also missing Eric, but I believe Eric will not be there for this playoff game either. Um, Pretending he's injured for a little bit of attention.
Oh, there you go.
Um,
I don't know if
but
Smooth is 100% healthy either.
Yeah, but when he's on the field, he's still 100%. Like a 50% Smuda is still like
Yeah,
100% anyone else almost, right?
touche, touche.
Um, let's address the elephant in the room because look who the quarterback for KLB was in this victory. Are we going to talk about that or we just skip it?
Honestly, I was thinking about it today as I was walking the hallways of Loyola. And I was saying, I think I may have lit a fire under the keister of Plug because he had a picture perfect game against Lanceur. And, against us, he didn't have a picture perfect game, but he won, right? And we had the game in the bag, Iron Wolves, and he decided to put the team
Yeah.
on his back.
He wanted to
I
tell you
look,
QB controversy. What?
yeah, exactly. Look at this: 70 completions, 8 touchdowns, putting up 52 points against a pretty good defense. That's something to be proud of, Terry. And so I look ride the hot hand. And Deschesne didn't catch a ball in this game, but I believe he got two picks. So
So he caught
Deschesne,
two balls in this game.
He got two. Yeah, yeah, fair, fair. So he still has a use for the team, obviously being that glue of the defense and the team as a whole. No, I'd say no QB controversy, Terry. Can't believe I'm saying that.
I agree with you. Uh, predictions. You said Outlaws are favored by 5.5 points. Are you taking the points? Are you taking KLB to cover? Are you taking KLB to win outright?
I'm taking KLB to win this game outright, Terry. I think
Upset alert! Is
I
Willie's
think
upset special of the week?
honestly, I was thinking about it, and I was like, "Look, the Outlaws are coming off a bye, and you don't doubt the Outlaws, the dynasty of the MFL. I completely get that, but we're not sure who's going to be there for Outlaws in terms of like Max and stuff, and we assume he calls defense. I think this KOB team is coming in hot, Terry. They have nothing to lose. They got the firepower right now, and I think if we ask, 100 random MFL people, 95% of them are picking them Outlaws. So we know KLB's going in there. Let's go. Let's sling the rock. I'm going to go KLB wins an absolute shootout today. I'm going to go 44-42 for the boys in pink in regulation, and they punch a ticket to the championship game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm shocked
Yeah.
here. I'm really shocked. Are
I
you doing
know
it
it
so we don't
sounds.
have, are you doing this so we don't have the same pick?
No, no, no. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it today, and I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going KLB.
Me was the other one game that I was thinking about back and forth. In this one, like I do agree with you that if KLB win this game, the recipe to success is to score obviously more points than your opponent, right? But it's more than that. You need to score a shit ton of points because Outlaws are going to score points. They have a good defense. It's definitely going to take 40 points to win this game. I got KLB covering the points, but not getting the W. So give me Outlaws in a 3 point win over here.
5.5 is a pretty good spread, right?
I think that's pretty accurate.
Okay.
And I would take KLB at plus 5.5, but Outlaws
Yeah.
still getting the W. I got a 41 to 38 win for Outlaws.
Man,
I
I
just
like
think
it.
it's those converts that Outlaws have the upper hand.
I was just gonna say, and KOB, no, they would go for two when pulled is there. So it's yeah, Outlaws are, the kings at doing that.
Yeah, I wonder if they use Duchesne as much as Steve used Duchesne on 2 point converts because he was lethal in the Fins Up finals just this spring, right?
He was money, straight cash money, bro.
Arnold's Idaho. What do you want to say before I dissect it?
Um, let's see. Wait, I think it should be a great game. I think it's going to be different than the last time we played them. Obviously, Brady wasn't there. I believe Joey's going to be there for this game. I expect a really good game, Terry, and I think it's going to, maybe like which quarterback makes the mistake first. No pressure. But I'm excited to be able to play these guys at full strength. And I think, both teams having a fairly similar record. We're coming in limping a little bit after losing to KLB, but I expect a fun game, and I'm excited to play our boys.
And Idaho are coming in anything but limping. I think putting up like 60 points in their last 3 games, 60, 52, 66, and like not even finishing, I think, 2 out of those 3 games. Like I think they played like 3 quarters of the game at most. Um, what was I gonna say? Do you want to set a spread for this one if you're being like a little unbiased? That doesn't mean who's gonna win. Like just
Yeah,
what do you
yeah.
think? What do you think Vegas would set?
Okay. I'm gonna say like if I'm taking my Iron Wolf hat out, I'm gonna say Idaho minus 6.5.
You think Idaho are more favorites than Outlaws are against KLB?
Yes.
This game features number 2 and number 3. You would think that's a closer matchup than 1 against 4, right?
But you are 100% correct. I just think the way
I know,
Idaho.
I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
No,
You're trying to
I
get them.
know. I knew you were
You're
gonna
trying
say
to get
that.
them. You're trying to get them confidence so
No,
they
I
can
knew you
walk
were
in
gonna say that.
there.
But
Trust me.
okay, think about look about it this way. Brady's lost one game this year, and it was an overtime, double overtime to Outlaws. Since
Willie,
then,
you don't have to try that. No one on Idaho is taking Sir William Power lightly over here. They know who you
no, no,
are. They know what you could do.
I agree.
Luckily for you, and unluckily for them, the game's not at 9 a.m. So it's a 4:30 p.m. So we'll have a close game. I do think this is going to be a one-score game. Now, I was really going back and forth on it, and like I can make an argument for either team. But if I ask you, William Power, and you know this team really, your Arnold's team really, really well, and you have a lot of strength on this team, and it's maybe not a weakness. But what would you say is your biggest area that your team could improve on defensively, as a unit, like as a whole? Like, what would you say it is?
I see that probably covering the deep ball.
Bingo. What do Idaho Unitmans do best? And better than I think any team in MFL history, almost.
They don't dink and dunk.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be fourth and an inch, and they're going for the 40 bomb.
Wait,
So
100%, when they're up by one and they shouldn't score a touchdown.
So just yeah, because they're gonna get a. They don't care about getting the stop because they know they could score after.
There you
So
go.
I'm glad you actually answered truthfully because that was where my analysis was going. I was really like on the fence, going back and forth. And look, as much as I think you as a quarterback could beat any team, I also think Brady as a quarterback could beat any team.
Mm,
Idaho had a disappointing semifinal against the unit last season, right?
mm,
Last year, as much as you thought Arnolds were going to win the championship, I think it was written Outlaws, Idaho were written in that D1 finals, right? Like
yeah,
everyone had predicted that, right?
yeah.
And we didn't get that finals. We got a great final with Unit and Outlaws, but I think this is the season that we get the finals that everyone was thinking they'd get last season. And I
Mhm.
think Idaho slight. I'm sorry, like I see the sadness in your face as I'm saying this. I'm just trying to be honest. I think I'm giving the slight edge to Idaho just because of that. I won't call it a mismatch because I don't think you guys are weak covering the deep ball. I just think it's your least biggest strength.
Strong.
What?
Yeah, that's fair.
What did
That
you
is
say?
fair. Yeah, no, it's I think it's analysis is fair.
But you said least strong?
Our least strong.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
I I think the 6.5 points is maybe a little aggressive. I would maybe have Idaho favored like around between 3 and 4, 3.5, I'd say.
Hmm.
Um, I do think they cover, but I do think they'll win within one possession. I do think it's going to be a back and forth game. I don't see any team taking a two possession lead here.
Hmm.
Just like how you said for Outlaws KLB, I could see that happening in that game. And I think it's going to be a. I don't think neither quarterback's going to be perfect. And I don't think it's going to be first quarterback to make a mistake loses his game. Like I really think that both you and Brady have such firepower that you could make a mistake two or three and still make up for it. Like I could see Brady throwing a pick or two and still throwing for 8 or 9 touchdowns, and the same thing could be said about you. So I really don't think like obviously the fewer mistakes is probably going to win the game. At the end of the day, whoever has the fewer amount of picks is probably going to win the game. But I
Yeah.
don't think it's the end all of the game if you throw that first pick.
Mm,
I think you've thrown a pick six on your very first play of a game and you ended up winning that game. I don't know if that's ever happened for Idaho, but I would not doubt that from happening, right?
yeah.
Um, so yeah, I got a very high scoring game in this one. I got Idaho winning 48-42.
Damn. I like it. Give me some offense, baby. I love me with some offense. I'm excited. It's gonna be a good one. We weren't able to get the full matchup in our first meeting, so excited that we get it this week.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a game, that's for sure.
Respect.
And both these semifinals are gonna be like any like finals matchup amongst these four teams is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, for real. I mean, I think like we kind of gave that edge to KLB over also, right?
Yeah.
Like also was a nice story early on, but it's like, did we really trust them?
Division two.
Div two. Let's completely start with our predictions of the next
Well,
week.
congrats, Niceties, for winning the game.
Yeah.
Trench Babies pacemakers. I think that's what people have predicted. And then Witching Hour, considering how depleted Double Dippers won, I don't think there was a surprise there. Maybe the score was a little surprising. I still expected a tighter game, um,
Mhm.
but they're missing some key hogs in this game. At least Buffalo got the win for Mason Miller, so he wasn't all that upset after this weekend.
Yeah.
Uh, you, nice TDs. It's crazy that 3 out of the 4 teams in this D2 semifinals literally just finished off a Division 3 season a few
Man,
months ago.
that's true, eh? I didn't realize that.
Well, now you do.
Yeah. That's why you're here. Nice
Uh,
seeing
it,
you reaching
it
out.
looks like Alex Apisi's going to remain the quarterback position for nice cities throughout the playoffs.
Hmm.
These two teams faced off very, very early in the season. I'm pretty sure it was probably Guillaume throwing in that game. Uh, only 4 touchdowns by each quarterback seems not a lot. Nice Cities had a very tight defense and did cause a lot of problems in that quarterfinal game. I could expect the same here. This is a team that like just literally slid into the playoffs,
Yeah.
and it's a head scratcher to see how they didn't finish the better record, right? This is the back-to-back finalists in Division Two the past 2 seasons, who had a two-score lead in the second half of both those finals. Um, so it's safe to say him you are gonna have their hands full in this one. Who do you like? What do you got?
Man, I mean, give me this is another toss up, and I think that if you look, just look at the last time him you played nice D's. Like, is Bal going to be there this week? And he wasn't there. Is Joshua going to be there? Maybe God, we don't talk about enough on his ability to play stingy defense.
Yeah,
This can be, yeah, this can be a good. I can see this game starting off slow. um, I mean, both quarterbacks kind of, dinking and dunking down the field. A lot of it's gonna come to Kareem and how he's able to rush Kaplitsky. Kareem showed he's one of the best, if not the best, rusher in all of the Division Two. So that's going to be a huge matchup. I really have a coin toss here. Look, nice. It was a very impressive win by Nice TDs, and they did it in a very clutch fashion, as we know. Last play of the game, something to be said about that. But him, he's been consistent from the start of the season to the end. I got a very similar score to when they met in week two. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go 32-30. You wins the game, Terry, with a goal line stand as time expires and they punch a ticket to the finals. Yeah, so I'm going to go You wins a nail biter over
So
over.
Nice Thieves has a chance to win another game on the last play, and they don't this time.
And this time the defense prevails and You's going to
Yeah,
get the sub.
I'd be shaking if it came down to that again. I have him, you winning this one, covering the points as well, the spread as well that we didn't even determine. Look, I have a back and forth game in the first half, and then him, you just pulls away in the second half. I have them winning 36-20, in this one, pretty convincingly. The one team that maybe him, you stressed about is not in the playoffs anymore, so I could see them look that bye week probably served them well. A few guys, I mean, they're nursing a few injuries or
Mhm.
being under the weather. They're all going to be at 100%, and this team is just really strong.
Yeah, for sure. It's a tough matchup and Nice Seas will hopefully be ready for it.
I'm looking at that other semi, and just looking at both semifinals, we have him, you in their second MFL season ever,
Yeah.
Trench Babies in their second MFL season ever, and Witching Hour in their third. Like that's crazy. And this is like the second highest division in all of MFL. So it's pretty crazy to see that in this division you have three out of the four teams who a year and a half ago weren't even playing in the MFL. That
Yeah, seriously.
that's very exciting.
Yeah.
Witching Hour Trench Babies rematch of the quarterfinals of this spring in Division Three. Uh, when Witching Hour have their full roster, they're dangerous.
Yeah.
Uh, Trench Babies usually have their full roster, and they're very, very dangerous as well. Uh, let's just take a quick look what happened in the regular season. Who do you like in this one?
Man, this is, I mean, of all the games we got to predict this weekend, Laval included, this is the toughest game for me to predict. I think that Trench Babies have more talent. I think that Witching Hour are the more cohesive unit, if that makes any sense. Um, I see this being a high scoring game. I see it being a very similar to this matchup they had here. It's going to be about if and when Witching Hour stop Trench Babies, how Trench Babies react, and if and when Witching Hour score, how Trench Babies react to that too. Man, I expect a shootout on this one. This would be a fun game to see. I'm going to go 38-35 in this game, Terry, and I think the experience of Witching Hour prevails. Witching Hour punch their ticket to the finals, 38-35, and they're going to be playing in the finals next Saturday.
I have a very, very close scoring game. I have this actual exact score reversed 39-37. I agree with you that Trenches might have more top end talent, but they're very top heavy, whereas Witching Hour have very, very a lot top offensive talent and defense talent as well, but they have
Mm-hmm.
much more depth across the board,
Yeah.
across the offensive and defensive lineup. And I just think, I mean, both these teams play like really well as a unit and complementary football, but
Mm-hmm.
something just tells me it's really a good feeling. 'Cause this game's like I think you said it well. It's
Yeah.
literally a coin flip. I think this game they play against each other 100 times. It goes 50-50. Every one of their games have been super close. They've met in the finals for they're meeting the final in the playoffs. Sorry, for the second time in two straight seasons, and I
Yeah.
don't think it's the last time. I got a witching hour, just slightly making it through in this one.
Yeah. I like it. I like it. Usually we don't agree, but that's 2 for 2 so far.
Well, we didn't. We're 3 for 4 actually, right? Oh, we're
Two of
three.
three. Yeah, because I can't.
Yeah, two or three. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
We can't talk about Lions Phoenix, but I'll just say, even though Phoenix and Lions combined for five total loss on the season, both teams are undefeated with their starting quarterbacks.
And we'll be seeing both quarterbacks this weekend.
Ducks, Bandits, both teams finishing at 7-3. Bandits pulling off. I mean, they were the higher seeds, so not the upset, but I think we both had picked. Did you also pick Iron Cox
I
in this
picked.
one?
Yeah, I did. I did. Iron Cox. I picked Iron Trollers. Yeah.
Oh, it's Les Gros Iron Controllers Cox.
Yeah, yeah. Whatever that is. All that nonsense.
Yeah,
Yeah. I picked against Bandits. I did.
so yeah, they proved us wrong.
Yeah.
Here, I think Ducks won this game because they have the higher seed now, and I think that was unimportant. Yeah, they won this game pretty convincingly, but it was early on in Bandit season. I think Bandit started off pretty slow there. Yeah, started off with two straight losses, and then they won five straight games. Who do you like this one?
Yeah, I remember Matt struggled a bit in this game, and from there, it's really
I think this is the game that he said if I didn't throw four picks, we would have won the
yes,
game,
exactly. And
which is probably true.
yeah, consider Dave threw 0 picks. I feel like we haven't talked about the Ducks in forever. Like they've almost like been absent from MFL. It's so weird.
They might have had a bye week their last week, and then
Yeah, I mean, they had a bye week this upcoming week.
yeah, I don't know why we didn't speak about them that much. They had a
Yeah,
very impressive win against fat players the last game of the regular season.
maybe they like flying under the radar. Do Ducks fly? Anyways, I don't think this game is going to be. I think this game is going to be very close. I don't think it's going to be
You think it's
two.
gonna be close?
Sorry,
You think it's gonna be close?
I think it will be close. I don't think it's going to be a 2 possession or 3 possession game like this game was, and I think Bandits are going to win, Terry.
Okay, at least we disagree here. I got the Ducks in this one.
Yeah, I got it's more of the gut feeling, the way they've kind of grinded out. That defense was stingy last week against John. They were making John like not look like John. And maybe it's recency bias, but this Bandits defense is good. Arguably the best defense in the division. Matt's getting better every game. JP and Matt have that connection, and Thomas the silent killer there. I'm gonna go Bandits win this game 26-25.
Which Division Three game did you watch more?
I was literally smack in the middle, but I probably watched Bandits game a tad bit more.
One of those just two fields. Was it the two further fields or the two closest fields?
No, closest.
Okay, okay. Do you
Yeah,
prefer
it was
that?
Bless. It was Bless. Yeah, it was Bless.
Why not the two further ones?
Because then you have to walk a little more, and it's like
So you got a 1 point win for the Bandits here, 25-26?
26-25. That's correct.
26-25, yeah. I got the Ducks winning this one. I'm gonna say by 6 points, 30-24. It's gonna be a back and forth game. Bandits, like obviously you're gonna write to me, so you can ask me why. But just keep in mind I picked against you in the first round and you guys won, so don't get that mad. Um, yeah. Division 4. I know Matt and Gold covered Division 4 and 5 and the women's more thoroughly, so we'll go over these divisions pretty quickly and then we'll end with Laval. Um, Mustard Tigers. This was two very close games. Now we have an
Yeah.
Alouettes Mustard Tigers semifinal, and Creaky Knees Seminole semifinals. These are gonna be two great games. Which one I'll start with?
Let's go Mustard Tigers Alouettes. And before I change my mind, I'm not going to pick the Mustard Tigers. I'm going to pick the Alouettes because the Mustard Tigers always let me down. So I'm picking Alouettes in this game. I just want to say that before I change my mind.
Okay, I also got Alouettes in this one. Um, I think that as much credit I want to give them for winning the game against Answer Squad, I was expecting them to maybe win, score more points than 14, whether they won or lost. So I am a little bit concerned about that because we know Alouettes could put up a lot of points, right?
Hmm.
And they're probably going to put up a lot of points. I'm not sure the Mustard Tigers could follow in that sense. So I'm also going Alouettes in this one. Creaky Knees Seminoles. Look, I th did we both pick the Slicks in this one? I think I might have picked the
No, I picked
Slicks.
Creaky Knees, and Wallet let me know about it.
He was thankful of it.
Yep, he said I trusted my gut. I didn't remember I picked them, but I assume I did because he's
So who do you got in this one?
man, it's tough. It's tough to pick Creaky Knees 2 weeks in a row, but I'm gonna do it. Give me Creaky Knees. Come on now. I'm going Creaky Knees. I'm going with that experience. Seminoles have been good. They've been the number 2 seed. Creaky Knees have be able to win by 6. It's something about that bye tier that doesn't sit well with me, even though I'm
Yeah,
picking
we'll talk
Alouettes.
about it soon in Division 5. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm picking Alouettes to win 32-27 because I didn't give my pick in that game. But I'm going to pick Creaky Knees to win this game. I'm going to go 19-18, and this game does go to overtime. Both teams score 3 touchdowns. Neither get a convert. And then Alouettes go first. They don't get the one. Creaky Knees get the 1 point convert. They win 19-18.
19-18 is the exact score that I would need to be for Creaky Knees to win this one. You got Mustard Tigers scoring 27 points in the loss against Alouettes. That's a lot of
Yes, I
points.
don't think Brian Muster has a game where he throws 2 TDs. I think he's going to throw 3, at least 3, if not 4. And I think Alouette's offense is going to be hard to stop.
What happened to Mustard Tigers? Oh, they lost to DTS.
And the
Um,
Alouettes are playing the Tiger Cats in an actual playoff game.
yeah, saw that. What was I gonna say? It's rare that you see a semifinal game with two 8-2 teams and two 5-5 teams. If you remove the top teams in the standings, the parity from 6-4 to 3-7, like the worst team of the division finished with 3 wins. Usually you see a winless team or a 1-win team, a few 2-win teams, and you're going from 3 to 10 in the standings, and it's a 3 game difference. and then you have the two juggernauts of Alouettes and Seminoles. So it's like really rare that you see two 5-5 teams in the semifinal. You got an upset in one of them. I got the two 8-win teams meeting in the finals. Give me Seminoles in this one. I do think that Cricketers are going to give them a run for the money. I do think that Cricketers battled it out really well in the games that Lane was not there. But obviously, having Lane there and then Genevieve playing offense or just more all around makes the team better overall, right? Lane has that experience. He's been playing quarterback for a long time. He has a championship under his belt with Sour Peeps. But I just think the firepower of this Seminoles team is going to be a little too much to handle. And let's not forget that they also have the best defense in the league, giving up only 115 points.
That's insane. That's nonsense. That's absolute nonsense.
So speaking about bye weeks, Division 5 had four teams entering the week with a bye, and it was cold as hell this past weekend, and three out of those four teams lost. So it begs the question, were you better off not having the bye since you were warmed up for that second game?
It's very, very possible.
And in two of those upsets, they were not even close. Wong Dynasty 20 to nothing, and Team 514 27 to 6. Your hate against the Titans, uh, you seem disappointed, as if you were giving
I
them
was
like
kind
more.
of hoping I'd be wrong, but it makes me feel like
I
someone
felt
would.
I felt it wasn't genuine. I felt you were purposely hitting on them to kind of motivate them, but they didn't take it
Look,
that
if
way.
there's any team I'm upset lost this weekend is them. They're a good group of guys, and I
Not
just can't.
upset that your boy Jorge lost with the big booties, putting up a donut.
I didn't say that. I said I'm more upset about Titans. Don't get all black and white on me, Terry. There's an area of shaded gray. And what I was saying before you cut me off is this team 514 team. They're on like fire,
Yeah,
like heater,
I forgot what I
like
was
hotter
discussing
than
with.
Miami Heat. Like they're like heater.
What is that thing?
It's Miami Heat, bro. It's the gold chain.
Oh, you
T
gotta go.
Nation.
Do you have a dolphin one?
T Nation. No, it's I don't. We don't talk about the Dolphins anymore.
Where'd you get that chain from?
Garbage. No, I'm kidding. You got it in New York City. It was sick.
I've always wanted a Cowboys one.
Oh, I mean, after the season, there'll be like $5, and the Dolphins one will be free. So
Yeah, Team 154 have a huge roster. This is a team that merged with the Orphans from the spring. Both teams had like just six players. Like, oh, let's join forces and be 12. And they still ended up being only six in their playoff games. But it's almost as if playing six players in that cold weather is better than having like three subs on the field, right?
it's something about being that tight knit group, bro. Like you just snuggle up and you're cozying up, and that's it.
Leila's calls with the huge upset, but Wong Dynasty, not that I'm surprised that they won, but shutting out Big Booties and giving up 0 points in that
Yeah.
game when Big Booties as an offense and Jorge as a quarterback have just continued to improve every week. I think it's the new additions of the Wong Dynasty team after they had a bunch of players leave them to join a team that didn't even make the playoffs.
Got rid of the bad.
So, and that leaves Wong Dynasty with like the second highest remaining seed right now after Montreal Cessnas. And I forgot I was talking about it with him. We were discussing the favorites, and we were saying like any one of the four teams out of the bye are probably your favorites here, right? And
Yeah.
three out of those four teams are eliminated. So like the door is wide open for Cessnas right now. But the road to that championship still remains tough because you saw 5-1-4 played this weekend. Did they give up just 6 points in both? Yeah, their point differential on their two games was 59 to 6. They won by 51 total points in those two games. So safe to say Sessons will have their hands full. The last call is Wong Dynasty features probably the team with the best offense against the team with the best defense remaining in these playoffs. Like,
Man, these are gonna be too tight one, I think.
who's your
Eesh.
final matchup?
Okay, I'm gonna go. Man, the MTL Cessnas team 514 ballers. I get it, and they're coming up. I think the MTL Cessnas, man, they just been. I feel like they're getting better every week. I think like they're a unit, man, and they just have too much talent, too much experience. I'm gonna go 27-25 Cessnas, and the last calls Wong Dynasty is a close one. Oh man, you know what? Give me Wong Dynasty. I like the story. I like what's been going on. I mean, who knows who's favored in this game? Wong Dynasty.
This team had like no wins in the spring, I think.
It's crazy, eh? And I mean, have they?
One win. They had one win in the spring.
It's true that tough season there. I'm not sure if they played against each other this season, last calls or Wong Dynasty. Either way, I'm gonna go Wong Dynasty 20-19. I'm gonna go Montreal Cessnas win by two. So I got a Cessnas, MTL Cessnas Wong Dynasty final.
They did play against each other, and it was probably late last call was one of their lowest offensive outings, scoring only 18 points in that one. I was sure you're gonna go with 5-1-4 here because I was prepared to
Me
go with
too.
Cessnas, and we were gonna disagree on it. And literally, if I had to go through the whole analysis right now, I'm probably picking 5-1-4. But Cessnas were my preseason championship pick, and I'm
Yeah.
sticking with that. I like the storyline. Slicks lost in the finals 2 seasons ago. They come back, they win it. I see Cessna's doing the same thing this year. A little bit of foreshadowing my pick up next week. So I got Cessna's winning this one, but their hands are going to be full. It's going to be a 1 point win. It's going to be 29-28. Leilas Calls Wong Dynasty. I love what both teams have been doing. Leilas Calls have been a top team in the division for so long and always just missing out. I don't even think they have a finals berth. Always missing out, something happening, people on vacation, injuries. But I think this is the year they get to the finals. That being said, Wong Dynasty have been playing tremendous right now, and I had called they last calls a kind of dark horse. I think middle of the season they were on the outside looking in, which
Yeah,
is
they didn't start off
interesting to
all that
say. Yeah, they
fresh.
start off with a 1-3 record, right? Um, yeah, and then winning one, two, three, four, five, six, seven out of their last 8 games, or I should say, 5 out of their last 6 games, excluding the playoffs. Yeah, give me late last calls in this one, but in a super tight and low scoring ish game for them because Wong Dynasty are gonna bend, but only break towards the end.
Good call. I like it. I like it.
Laval Division 2, we'll start with that. We got the semifinals first before the finals. Two pretty one-sided quarterfinals this past weekend. Over there, we got the Mighty Ducks facing the Route Runners, and El Pollo Loco facing the Thieving Bears. Who do you like in this game? Who do you got in the finals, and who's your finals winner? Because we won't have time to predict it since it's happening the same day.
Good call. I like it. I like Mighty Ducks beating Route Runners. I think that's going to be a very high
Upset
scoring.
alert!
Yes, I like Mighty Ducks over Route Runners. I think that's going to be a high scoring game. I trust Mighty Ducks in that offense. It seemed to be rolling lately, 277. I like Thieving Bears over El Poco Loco. I hope I got that correct. And I got, give me the four seed Mighty Ducks taking it all, man. Mighty Ducks being mighty. Mighty Ducks are your Laval Div 2 champions.
That's funny because right after the game, Mighty Ducks asked me because I ref the game, who are we playing? I hope it's not Thieving Bears. We lost. Well, I don't think they said I hope it's not Thieving Bears. They said it's the Thieving Bears or Route Runners, and we struggled against Thieving Bears this season. I think both their 2 out of their 4 losses came to Thieving Bears. And I said, no, you're playing Route Runners. Like, okay, so I'll probably meet them in the finals. It'd be a great story if they could actually beat that team that they had a hard time beating throughout the season. Um, but look, I have a very high scoring game between Mighty Ducks and Route Runners, but given that Route Runners scored 341 points, like almost no, I mean, I guess this game features the top two offenses, right? Because Mighty Ducks are second with 277, but they just averaging a whole touchdown plus more than them on the season. I got Route Runners winning this one 48-30, sorry, 41-38. Super high scoring game. Look, if this wasn't the Mighty Ducks first season in the MFL, I maybe had them having the edge, but Route Runners have been in this league for quite some time now. I think it's their time to make the finals. And then I got, as much as El Pollo Loco was a great story, this is a free agent team winning 7 games. Might be a record for most wins by a free agent
Man.
team in the history of all MFL, not just MFL Laval, facing off the Thieving Bears. I just think that experience of the Thieving Bears is going to be a bit too much to handle. Um, a lot of these players, it'll probably be their third game of the day if Thieving Bears do win because they'll have their D1 finals in between with
Mm.
Bandinos. And then Thieving Bears, Route Runners in the finals. Look, it's anyone's game. It's going to be back and forth. It's going to be a coin flip. Thieving Bears have been routing everyone in their during the season, and their 2 losses come against Route Runners in convincing fashion. 20-6,
It's,
26-7. Look, I've been going so back and forth on this one. I could see Thieving Bears beating the Route Runners and taking home the championship after not losing 3 times. We know how hard it is to beat the same team 3 times. But
Mhm.
given how one-sided this is, I just think it's going to play into their minds. I have Route Runners edging them out in a super close game. 19-18, Route Runners are your champs.
Damn, I like it. Okay, so you got the one seed finishing off the job.
Yeah, so basically the winner of Mighty Ducks Route Runners are champions because you pick Mighty Ducks
Yeah,
to win it all. I pick Route Runners.
fair, fair, fair.
Division 1, we got our finals between the top 2 seeds here. Bandinos, Gold Diggers. Cougars did not go without a fight. They were
Yeah.
down and big in this one. They climbed back. Um, and this is interesting. Bandinos did get the upper hand on Gold Diggers a few times this season, but Gold Diggers putting up over 400 points, but giving up over 300. Who do you like in this one? What's the spread, first of all? Who's your favorite?
Gold Diggers. I think Gold Diggers are favorite. They're the one seed. Well, I mean, when we played for Gold Diggers, we lost to Bandinos. I assume they played. Obviously, they played against each other after that. But I think Gold Diggers are favorite. I'm gonna say three and a
I
half.
think Bandinos are 2-1 against Gold Diggers in the season.
Bandinos 2-1. Okay, so they have the upper edge. But I still like we talked about. It's tough to beat a team three times. I'm gonna say Bandinos. Wow, man, those are fun scoring games. 46. My gosh, we played like ass that first week, eh? Holy. Um, I know. I think I'm going to say that Gold Diggers are the favorites. They're 3.5 point favorites. I think not only will Bandinos cover the spread, Bandinos are going to win this game, and Rob White will be a champion in Laval Division One.
I think Bandinos are due. They've been playing this. They've been playing in Laval since the inception of the league. It's the third iteration now. Um, I don't think they're gonna let a new team on the block come in and take that away from them. But at the same time, this might be their second game. It's going to be cold. It might rain in Laval that Sunday. This ain't your regular brand new team, right? This Gold Diggers team has a bunch of familiar faces. They have that Simone Duchesny, Jeff Delos connection. There's Manu on this team. Um,
The talent's
lot,
like unbelievable.
lots of championship winning players on this team. And look, just it's hard to think that this team's gonna let this one slide. I got a back and forth game, and I just think that Bandinos might make that one extra mistake that Gold Diggers will not make, and Gold Diggers are gonna capitalize on it. I got Gold Diggers winning 41-39 on the final play of the game.
Doesn't get better than winning a chip on the last play game, my friend.
Yeah.
I'm going to go
And
32-30
Simone
Bandinos.
Chesney with not ice but water in his veins gets the
Ah,
job done.
he has a big weekend, man. Semifinals and the finals.
Yeah. All right. Bold predictions really. Oh no, we skipped the women's division. The reason we almost skipped it was because that both I know one game got confirmed to be on the 15th. We're still waiting for the other game. It might also get moved to the finals weekend.
Hmm.
Des Rapeaux are going to be out of town for a water polo tournament, so congratulations for qualifying for that tournament. They play really competitive water polo, but also thank you to rookies for accommodating. So we
Yeah, for
offered the
real.
other semifinal if they want to also play at the same time. It's up to
Mhm.
them. So yeah, let's just cover the drama queens leftovers just in case. Who do you got?
Man, I'm going leftovers, Terry. I was like, I had Tigres win the chip, right? And to be able to hold Tigres to 6 points and score 24 and beat them by 18, I think rookies, sorry, leftovers had, won 31-6 this weekend. And I did have Tigres winning the championship. Rookies won there, and rookies are going to be playing in, the next weekend. But I don't care. I think like the way that leftovers ended up winning that game, scoring 31 points, holding Fushos to 6. Drama Queens 2, was a more of an ugly, slow scoring game. I'm going to go leftovers 27-20, Terry.
So I ref the Drama Queens Crazy Bees game, and if we get the Drama Queens team that was up 15-0 to start the game, they're gonna win this one. If we get the Drama Queens team that let Crazy Bees come back and score 13 unanswered and failed that 2 point tying convert, Drama Queens are not gonna stand a chance. The difference in this game, it was 13-0 Drama Queens. They got a safety to take the lead 15-13.
Safety,
That was
safety is a killer, man. Safety is an absolute killer.
crazy that the safety was different in this one. Look, Drama Queens made the finals last year. They have that experience, but leftovers have been a well-oiled machine with Genevieve at the helm. I got leftovers in a very tight one, 21-20 here. That 2 point safety does not come in clutch for them to win. And I got leftovers taking their ticket to the finals.
I like it. Good stuff, buddy. Good stuff.
We're doing bold predictions?
We'll do one quickly. I'm going to go Division 1. I'm going to say that Plu throws 3 interceptions, Steve throws none, and Kilby still wins.
Damn! I'll also go Division 1. Arnold's Idaho score a combined over 100 points in this one.
Like 99 for us and 2 to them.
All right, folks, dress warmly Saturday. We'll see you at GSP Park. Good luck to everyone.
Semis, baby. Be there or be square. See you, gang.